Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be reviewing the Wheel of Time covers, not the books, because that takes too much effort and I don't want to put that much effort in. So we're just doing the covers, 1 to 15, starting from 15, including New Spring. Let's do it. 15, we got Lord of Chaos, and yes, this is the worst cover. Despite having the most iconic scene that you could pull from this book to put it on the cover, it somehow fails and does whatever this is. Why is Rand so buff? Spoilers, there will be just minor spoilers, just the characters that are on the cover. And speaking of that, we don't even know who the girl is. Why is Rand so buff and why is he just like standing there? It's weird. It's not as weird as how he's standing in number 14, which is Crown of Swords. What is this? This doesn't make any sense. He's not even holding a weapon. I think the main problem with this is the artist combined with the publisher. That's how these covers came to be. I don't think Robert Jordan had much input into these covers, clearly, because they're not that good. But I like the background of this one. You get the clear picture of Shadar Logoth, and it's very cool. I like the blue. It's definitely got the most color, and I like a bit of color in my covers. But Rand's posture and he's looking like at the camera, it's just weird and not one of the best. So it's number 14. 13, The Gathering Storm. This one is just It's not that exciting. It's kind of a boring scene from the book, honestly. And he's just there. The house is weird. It does raise a bit of intrigue, like what is the hole in the house? But other than that, no one really cares for this cover. Number 12, we have the worst Wheel of Time book, unanimously, Crossroads of Twilight. This cover kind of starts the trend here that we're going to be going through of just some dudes sitting on horses. We have Matt and his gang sitting on horses. Matt's kind of just looking at the camera, and as you can probably tell, that's not something that's going to raise you up high in this list, is if you're breaking the fourth wall and just staring at the camera. So that is number 12. 11, we have Knife of Dreams. This one's okay. It's just they're kind of standing in a circle. At least they aren't on horses this one. But we have Perrin looking like he's about 40, despite the fact that he's 20. And I feel like he should be bigger. Like, doesn't it feels like Perrin should be bigger. I get that there's an Aiel next to him, Gaul, and the Aiel are huge, but he just looks so tiny and old. I don't know what's up with that. And that's kind of a trend with Perrin in these covers, is that he just looks wrong. A lot of the characters do. 10, New Spring. It's not bad. This is kind of, as I was saying before, we're getting into the territory of where they're just on horses, and that's about it. That's all the only interesting thing. I like the big castle in the background. That's kind of cool, but I don't really know what it is, so I don't even think the author knows what it is. Number 9, Winter's Heart. I like the theme. You got the white, you got the I just like the white, the snow. That's like the only thing I like about this cover, but at least it has something I like about it. You got the weird Perrin again. You got a bunch of people on horses, so kind of the same flaws as some of the other ones, but at least there's snow. Path of Daggers. Finally, we're approaching the last horse cover, and I like this one. You got Rand sitting on a horse, of course, that rhymed. You got the Bannerman holding the two banners, the dragon banner and I'm blanking. It's been a while since I read the series, but the Yin Yang one. So it's not bad. I like this one. And I think it looks really good when you like hold it out and see it in person. At 7, Fires of Heaven. That rhymes. Here we go. I'm on a rhyming streak right now. And we have my favorite Wheel of Time book. This one's easily the best. You got 3 recognizable characters at least. You got a recognizable city. You can recognize the scene. And that's really all that matters with the Wheel of Time covers, is if at least it makes sense. So you got Rand, Matt, Avienda, Ruidian, I think. Who knows how you're supposed to pronounce that. But that one, it's pretty okay. I mean, for what it is what it is. 6, Towers of Midnight. This one's good, mainly because I think it's a perfect scene to choose from this book. You got Matt and his two companions, and I love this part of the book. So I like it for that reason, and it's kind of cool. It has some colors. It's in a forest. It's a bit different than the rest of them. So this one's good. Proved. 5. Here's a bit of a hot take. The Great Hunt is a good cover. A lot of people don't be liking the Great Hunt cover because the scene doesn't really happen. I remember reading it for the first time wondering, when do we get into this point? You got Rand raising the horn. You got the Ogier loyal. It's an okay interpretation. I don't hate it. And you got Celine looking on. It's not bad. And then, of course, you have all the different Trollocs in the background. They're fine. At 4, we have The Shadow Rising. Now, this one is a bit of a weird one because it is just people sitting in a circle. But I like the comforting feeling. The Aiel Waste looks great in this one. And we have Rand, Matt, Egwene, some characters that we can recognize. They're not drawn the best, but you can at least tell who they are. And the colors go great, and it just, I don't know, it kind of brings a comforting feeling. And this is what a lot of people like as their favorite books, so I think this one's great. We're in the top 3 now, and we have at 3, Dragon Reborn. Colors in this are great. We have kind of a stereotypical fantasy picture, him holding up the sword, but we have the giant face on the side of the book. I don't know if you've seen that. And when you put it on the shelf, the face is just kind of looking at you. That's kind of cool. I like that aspect of this cover. It's one of the best ones on the shelf. And this is probably the most iconic scene from the book. So it's always great when they put one of the best scenes in the book on the cover. The only negatives to this one are Matt and Perrin. What are these buffoons doing here? Why is Perrin wearing a headband? Why has he got this like leather vest on? It's very weird. The clothing does not match what you'd think would be in the Wheel of Time at all. But other than that, this one's great for a Wheel of Time cover. Always keep that in mind. This is 4 Wheel of Time covers I'm talking about. At 2, we got the most iconic one. The Eye of the World. Just admire it. It's pretty good. Just don't think too deep about it, because then you'll be like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Why is Moraine so small? That is the question. Land's huge behind her. But it's fine. Then you count the people on the cover, realize there's one too many people here. Who is this? Who is on the cover? Why is Nicolas Cage on the cover? And that's a question we will never get answered. But it is iconic. You got the giant moon and Land and Moraine, and it is definitely one that you look at and you're like, wow, this is the Wheel of Time. At 1, we have the only book that had a different cover artist. We have the dude who did my favorite cover art of all time, Memory Light. I think I just like his art style better. There's just something to that. There is Rand sitting there holding the sword, entering the place. No, I should not say that. We got 2 females on the cover. I won't say who, because that is actually a spoiler, and I did say it before, and I did cut it out, so I'm not putting it in. But yeah, this is just a great scene. You got the colors that you'd expect from the dude who did the Stormlight covers. And yeah, this is my favorite one. And keep in mind, this is all relative. Wheel of Time covers are not my favorite, but they do have a style that I appreciate, which is like they're putting actual scenes, or mostly actual scenes from the book on the cover, rather than just doing like the modern day trend, what feels like, of just having a plain color and then an item, kind of like the Game of Thrones ones, or huge books that are popular nowadays like Court of Thorn and Roars. I don't even know how to say it. They just put something on the cover. It's kind of boring. Oh, Outlander, there's another one. So I appreciate that we're doing actual scenes, and I don't feel like a lot of things besides fantasy do that. But other than that, this is the definitive ranking of the Wheel of Time covers. Next time, tune in. We're going to be doing all of the Cosmere covers. I'm talking Stormlight, Mistborn, the standalones, and the UK versions of those. That will be great, and I will see you then. For now, this is the Golden Brick.